we are rolling. What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm so excited to be back on YouTube after a month of not making any video, and let's just go into it. Today I'm gonna show you guys what is my main favorite way to edit photos after I apply all of my normal color correction and basic correction to the image, changing the S-curve, changing the shadows, whatever I want to change. This is one trick that always helped me to take a moody photo from here to here. Literally, I love this trick. It's not really a trick, it's just a way of editing, a way of emphasizes whatever your image is. Also, it's really sweaty because I'm outside in Bali. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've chosen 3 images here. As you can see, one is a drone shot from Surfers Paradise. One is a portrait of my friend in Brisbane, and one is a photo of me in Bali. So these are 3 kind of different images, and I'm gonna quickly apply a preset, apply all of my changes, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to use this single trick. Let's get into it straight away. So drone shot first. Usually for drone shots, Uluwatu works really well. Ooh. Let's see. Also, these are some unreleased presets. Little T in there. I think I'm gonna go with Greek Morning because this was in the early morning. Obviously take down the exposure, take down the highlights, take down the shadow, more, less exposure. Bring up the temperature a little bit. That's pretty nice. That is looking pretty nice. Got some of that, some of that. And that's not bad. That's a before, that's an after. I'm going for like a really like blue morning kind of feel for this photo. So I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. So let's just move on to the new one. Here is a portrait on my friend. For this one, Uluwatu just works good for everything, but I'm gonna try and play around with it and see. I'm thinking Greek Morning also works really well with everything. I'm thinking how moody I want to go with it. I'm gonna go Banana Express. Bring up the shadows, bring down the highlights, a bit less exposure. And that's pretty much it. And then the last one, I know already that either Sky on Fire, ooh, that's nice. Or maybe let's go let's use Bali Life because it's in Bali. Bring down the exposure a little bit, bring down the highlights. And here we have it. Okay, first photo first. So, what is this secret? What is this trick that I use all the time? It's not a secret, it's not a trick. It's simply this guy up here, which is a gradual radial filter, it's called? Yes, radial filter. Or graduated filter. So these 2 guys up here, I use them so much. I can't stress enough how important they are when you're editing a photo. So I use them literally in every photo. And if you see the result now, before and after, it just looks absolutely incredible. Okay, let's go straight into editing this photo with a gradual filter. So once you click on the gradual filter, you will see, I keep calling this a gradual filter, this is radial. Once you click on the radial filter, you will see this little panel coming down. And this is the last one I use some contrast clearly, but usually it should be 0. So what you do, let's go on the ocean, for example. We draw like a big circle, a bit bigger. And then here, whatever you put up, it's either outside or inside. So it's outside, I'm gonna invert it, so it's inside. So whatever it's inside, you see, exposure, for example. So So in this case, I'm gonna add feather to 100. I'm gonna make the circle really big. So I'm gonna mimic like the light is coming from the ocean, for example, and I'm gonna make it a bit warmer because it's morning light. Be a bit pinkish. And then I'm gonna bring down the shadows a little bit, bring up that light even more, and that's good. Then we're gonna go duplicate it. Actually, no, we're just gonna create a new one, probably over here. Remember to invert it. Bring up the feather, bring down the exposure, make it bigger, bring down the shadows a lot maybe, and just put it over here, like that's the part in the shade. And then I usually just go around and make little adjustments, like I want, I don't know, I want this part of the sky maybe to be a bit more, where is it? I want this part of the sky a bit more sunny, I'd say. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna blow it up. So it just looks like the light is coming from this way, you know? And shining on the whole thing, that's beautiful. And probably like down here, it's kind of where I want the eye to end up eventually. So I'm gonna put this one here and add some texture over there and add some contrast. Bring the feather up. Beautiful. And here we have it. This is before, this is after. As you can see, the radial filter just added so much more to the photo. I don't know how to explain it, just that just tastes better now. Next photo, I'm sweating, it's hot. Anyways, thanks for staying here, guys. Thanks for the support during these hard times. I see you guys, new people coming in, new people, and I love you guys, so thanks for sticking around. Leave a like and subscribe. Next photo. Okay, that's the portrait. So we are gonna go and use this little guy over here, the gradiated filter, and we're just gonna use this to blow up a bit the sky because it looks a bit weird, and I want the sky to be blow out. Whatever. Bring up the shadow a little bit, amazing. And obviously her face needs to be nice and well lit, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring up the texture a little bit, not too much. Let's zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm working with. A bit of clarity, just a tiny bit, and a bit of contrast. Beautiful. So you see, this is with, this is without. So you can also go even deeper here and add some light to her eyes, which I am going to do right now. So you can create these like tiny circles and just add exposure. That's a bit too much. There we go. And I can just duplicate it. And if you have blue eyes or something, just add some blue. That's always nicer. And now we are gonna change something else, because in this photo, for example, I don't really care about this area too much. Yeah. I don't want to see this too much, so I'm just gonna use gradiated filter in this case to just bring down the exposure by a lot. That's nice. Just try don't overdo it, because then you can probably see it. And I'm gonna bring it down here. Even though it doesn't really make sense that this part of the area is not well exposed because of doesn't make sense. Whatever. Just to bring more attention to her face. And then what I'd like to do with portrait is just do another big one like this and just bring down the exposure a little bit all around. And then duplicate it, invert it, and bring up the exposure. So you have two layers of basically everything is just bringing to her face, as you can see in this photo, and it just looks really, really nice. You can see now before and after, with and without, it just changes so much the dynamic of the photo. And yeah, I think everybody should be using this next photo. Okay, let's start with, let's make a circle around me, bring down the exposure by doing so, and then double it, invert it, bring it up, and feather it so it looks a bit nicer. That and that. And this one, let's do a bit more exposure, like I'm hit by like a light streak or something. Amazing, look at that. Already just doing like this little trick, it already shows the difference. It's incredible. So after this, I will probably make the sky a bit warmer, like that, maybe a bit more pinkish. Yeah, that's nice. Like the volcano's being hit by by the sun rising. And then I would definitely do the same with me, because then it makes sense. So make a huge one, invert it, light, like the light is coming onto me straight on. Let's make it really warm so it looks nice. Beautiful. And then we're going to take all of this part underneath me and basically use it as same as like when you do car photography, you should never have the street with clarity. We do the same with the ground in this case. So we bring down the clarity and we bring down the exposure by a lot. I'm gonna say like this much. My dog is dreaming and barking. Okay, bring down the saturation as well, because I don't like it. It's a bit too orange for my likings. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Beautiful. And this photo is probably too saturated for me, so I'm gonna bring down the exposure a little bit. The saturation, of course. And then bring down the overall exposure of the photo. And there you have it. Look at this. Before and after, just incredible. I would probably add something else here and clean it up a little bit, but this is the final photo. This is the 3 final photos. And yeah, I really recommend using these 2 tools Lightroom provides you, and it's super easy to learn, to be honest. Just play around with it and you can really do anything with it. So thank you again guys for watching. If you learned anything, if you like this video, if you like 15 minutes of me talking, 15 minutes of me sweating, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in a less sweaty situation hopefully next week. That's all I have to say. Bye.